Warriors, welcome to what may be the most important video I've ever done when it comes to the anxiety support team. Yes, I am talking to you, the husband, the wife, the brother, the sister, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, whoever you may be in the relationship with an anxiety sufferer. Now, this is one of the, if not the most important video because we are going to be tackling things at an unconscious level. I'm not going to tell you what to say or what behavior to do. No. We're going to go far beyond that. Because when you walk into the room and you are communicating with the anxiety sufferer, there is more of a communication happening at an unconscious level, the level that you don't recognize, rather than the things that you say. You know, that unconscious part is so much more important than the conscious part, that it's really important that you have a set of skill sets that you bring with you to the communication and to the support towards an anxiety sufferer. And I'm going to give you those towards the end of the video. I've written down some really important notes today for this video, so if you see me doing this from time to time, please don't mind it. I need to make sure my message gets across. The biggest problem anxiety supporters have is that they try to positively affect an anxiety sufferer through words alone. Words. Honey, everything's gonna be just fine. Right? Good intentions. Hey, you just have to learn how to relax and calm yourself. Hey, you know what? There is no threat here. I promise you, everything's going to be fine. Again, good intentions. The problem is that this subconscious mind, this subconscious body, many times cannot change its interpretations through another person's words. Right? They cannot say, oh, well, I guess this environment or a future situation is safe. It's not a threat at all. It doesn't do that through somebody else's words. It does that through the unconscious communication that we're going to be discussing, the skill sets that you're going to be bringing with you as the supporter. So understand that your words mean that much, if not even littler, if that's a word. Now remember, you as the supporter have 3 ways of positioning yourself towards the anxiety sufferer. Now, as the supporter, you can either be the authority, so you walk into the room and he or she knows that you are the authority and you know it very well. And you're the one that's demanding, you're the one that's leading, you're the one that's, trying to do their best to help the anxiety sufferer. So are you as the supporter projecting yourself as the authority, and is it working? Or are you projecting yourself as equal, and is it working? Or are you projecting yourself as the subordinate, lesser than, and is it working? What's very important to understand as the supporter is that at any given time, you can be any one of these 3. The question is, which position out of these 3 will help the anxiety sufferer to feel connected to you, to listen to you, at an unconscious and conscious level, and to begin healing. Because many times people have to be the subordinate, or many times they have to be the equal, or many times they have to be the authority to get their messages across. Very important. The person, supporter or sufferer, with the stronger emotional state will dictate the other person's emotional state. What that means is that if one person is filled with love, and the other person is filled with fear, but one frequency is higher than the other, that one will win over the other one. So what's important to understand is that because we're dealing with so much fear within an anxiety sufferer, it's the supporter's job to come into the relationship with love, not only love for themselves, but an unconditional love for other people and this world. So that's very, very important to understand. The higher frequency wins. We want to be energy providers, not energy vampires, okay? If you as the supporter right now feel like you are draining the energy of the anxiety sufferer, it's important to take note as to how you're doing that. Because the last thing an anxiety sufferer needs is to experience more conflict within them, to work harder. They're already functioning from a very low frequency, which is fear, shame, blame. We want to raise that energy. So make sure that you are helping them to raise that energy. Now, when you have someone near you who has control over their own state, and a part of you wants to join in, there may be some blocks preventing you from taking on their energies. So now we're talking about the anxiety sufferer, you, yes, you, okay? You know, a part of you wants change to happen, but a bigger part of you feels like, no, there's a block here, there's a wall, we shouldn't make this happen. The question is, why? Here are some reasons. Jealousy, a potential loss of sympathy. And when we're talking about a potential loss of sympathy, we're talking about secondary gains. Maybe the anxiety is providing you with something you believe you may not get should you recover. Be honest. A feeling of losing connection with another person. If I heal, I'll feel like I don't have the same connection as I do right now when I'm suffering from anxiety. Be honest. Undeservedness. I feel like I don't deserve to heal. I haven't done enough. Be honest. Self-esteem issues. So there's a self-esteem issue there that says, hey, you know, it's not for me. I deserve to live in this fearful, shameful, blameful, guiltful place. Now, warriors, we got to be honest with ourselves as the sufferer, because what you're currently doing may not be working. And you already know the strategy to make things work by just recognizing what isn't working. Now, let's get to the meat. How can a supporter help the sufferer at an unconscious level? This is everything. I'm so excited. And of course, I'll put all the notes in the description, guys. The first thing as the supporter that you need is an intention. An intention, because intentions are read by the subconscious mind. Someone walks in the room, the subconscious mind, deep below, is investigating what the other person's intention may be. What's going on here? Does this person want to help? Do they want to drain us further? What's their intention? Do they have an intention? Are they caught up in their work? Are they caught up in their co-workers? Are they caught up in paying the bills? It's very important as a supporter to have a clear intention prior to communicating what you want to communicate to the sufferer, because that is what's read at the deepest levels. Breathing rhythm. Now, you got to check in with how you're breathing, because again, the subconscious mind picks up on your breathing rhythms, which dictate the health of your heart and the messages that you're sending out into the world. So if you're breathing in a shallow manner, you're projecting threat, right? not consciously, but unconsciously. And the sufferer is going, oh wow, there really is a threat here. Let's stay anxious. When we're talking about breathing rhythms, I want to make sure that you do two things. Number one is that you focus on depth. Depth in breathing and breathing through your diaphragm activates the parasympathetic system. And when the parasympathetic system is activated for long periods of time, your inner world has a sense of homeostasis or balance. The anxiety sufferer picks up on this balance and says, you know what? Maybe our interpretations are wrong. Maybe there is no need for anxiety. Maybe this situation is safe. So focus your attention on depth and where you're breathing from, because the majority of anxiety sufferers breathe from their chest. And if you, as the supporter, begin breathing through your stomach, your diaphragm area, in the depth that you need, they will pick up on it unconsciously and mimic or mirror you. Very, very crucial for a supporter. Pick up on your breathing. Tonality. Tonality is picked up by the subconscious, right? Tonality. If you're going in to a communication with an anxiety sufferer, and you're talking like this, and things are going all right, everything's going to be just fine, don't worry about it, the world is a safe place, you're going to get over this, don't. Okay. Tonality speaks to the subconscious. The words don't mean a thing, not a thing. It's the tonality. So when we're talking about tonality, come into the communication with a sufferer with a sense of fun, with a sense of optimism, right? Moving your tone from high tones to low tones and bringing that playfulness back into a sufferer's life. Because the biggest thing anxiety sufferers are missing is a sense of playfulness and being childlike again. They miss being spontaneous, and your tonality will go a long way towards helping them realize that they can bring the playfulness back in at an unconscious level, which is what we need to deal with. Physiological states. So again, we're talking about authority, equal or subordinate, come into the relationship, into the communication by projecting who you need to project in order for the sufferer to feel connected. And your posture, okay? If you're going in and going, honey, everything's going to be just fine, this is going to be fine, we'll find the help we need to. No, whoa. Fix your posture. Because when a person assumes a certain posture, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to feel bad. Do this for a second, for about 10 seconds. Fix your posture right now. Pull your shoulders back and remember a time where you felt so proud of yourself. You set your mind to doing something and you accomplished it. I want you to sit or stand like that right now and try to feel bad. Look what tends to happen. It's hard. It's impossible even. So as the supporter, you want to make sure that you're aware of your posture going into the communication, because again, the posture leads to the emotional state of the supporter, and at an unconscious level, the sufferer picks up on that posture and emotional state. They will mirror you in time, if not right away. Now, verbal speed, how fast you talk. If you talk slowly, that projects safety. If you talk quickly, it doesn't even matter if you've got the best piece of advice out there for the sufferer. They will deem it as a threat at an unconscious level. So the speed is very, very important. And finally, you want to pay attention to the speed of your inner dialogue. If you're the supporter and you've got a tremendous amount of chatter going on within you, then you want to make sure that you do certain things to lessen that chatter, because that speed and that level of overthinking will then be projected at an unconscious level. My friends, I'm going to put all the notes in the description. You want to go over this video multiple times and you want to be honest with yourself. In fact, best thing you can do is watch this video a few times as the sufferer or the supporter together, and make sure that you're on the same page. Because as I mentioned earlier, your words are important, but they're not even close to the importance of what you do at an unconscious level. And what you do at an unconscious level as the supporter will really make a lasting difference in how the sufferer sees themselves, other people, and the world. So please share this video with a supporter that needs it, and let's help the sufferer become more than anxiety. Please comment below on the biggest lesson you gained about your supporter, and also comment below on the changes that you are making as the sufferer. I really don't like calling these people sufferers. They are warriors, they are survivors, and I promise you in a short amount of time, stick to it. Trust in this journey. You will get to that better place. If you have any other questions on the Inner Circle program, head on over right here, and I'll see you real soon.